you ever notice that after Shema, we say, it is true, it is right, it is good, it is wonderful, and we use 15 adjectives. What are we talking about? And why do we mention all of those adjectives about the Shema, saying it's true, it's right? So Rabbi Moshe Levin gave the following mashal to explain this. He said, sometimes you begin to daven, not because you want to daven, but because you don't want to not daven. Your Yetzer Hara is like, I'm not going to bother you about davening because I don't want you to feel bad that you didn't daven, but let's understand something. This isn't really real. It's not really true. It's just something you're going to do to satisfy your conscience so you could say that you did daven, but not you're actually going to daven. That's sort of an unofficial agreement that you have with the Yetzer Hara. So you get the following analogy. There was a very wealthy man whose daughter was getting married. He was living in this little town, and he was very miserly. But it was a small town, you have to invite everybody in town. And so he didn't want to share the feast with everyone, so he told his trusted servant, he calls him over, this wealthy man's name is Shmerel, he calls over his servant Yankel, he says, Yankel, when everyone comes to the chuppah, I want you to come over to me and scream, the wedding food has been stolen. That way people go home, and my family will have the wedding feast by ourselves. So sure enough, at the chuppah, Yankel comes over and screams, the wedding food has been stolen. And Shmerel's like, no, really? And Yankel's like, yes, really? And Shmerel goes back and forth a few times, and everyone hears again and again how the wedding food has been stolen, and everyone leaves. And Shmerel is looking at Yankel, he's like, this guy is such a good actor. Wow, I just need to know the truth for a second, because it sounds too real. He says, Yankel, between me and you, where is the wedding food? And Yankel says, the wedding food has really been stolen. And when Shmerel discovers that he's not really joking, but it actually has been stolen, Shmerel faints. So in a similar way, although we have this unofficial agreement with the Yetzer Hara, we're going to daven because we don't want to not daven, but sometimes you say Shema and you mean it. And the Yetzer Hara says, whoa, what just happened over here? And you say, well, emes, it's true. The Yetzer Hara says, I know it's true, but not true for you. It's officially true, but it's not true for you. And you say, no, v'yatziv. Yetzer Hara says, I know officially it's true, but not for you. You say, no, v'nochen, v'kayim, v'yashar. It really, really, really is true. And when the Yetzer Hara hears how you're so convinced, and it's so true to you, the davening, the Yetzer Hara faints. And then you're able to daven Shemona Esrei and be who you really are. Because you know in your heart that this is really real.